Hello students, we will continue our video from synthesis of fentanyl citrate. So you have to remember the structure of fentanyl citrate in three parts. Okay, remember this one: a piperidine ring attached with N-phenyl ring and is having a propionate side chain. This is one moiety with ethane, ethyl bridging. It is attached to a phenyl group. This is how you need to remember the fentanyl citrate. Citrate is the salt form. This is the citrate. Okay. Let us see the synthesis of fentanyl citrate. If you observe, propionyl chloride similar to this side chain, propionate, and this part is being attached. If you observe, this chloride will go minus hydrochloride, and it is a condensation process, and you will get our intermediate here. And by simply attaching this moiety, you can synthesize fentanyl citrate. It's very easy. Again, here and here HCl goes and condensation happens, and you will get fentanyl. By fentanyl, then it is prepared into a citrate salt. It is that easy. Okay, and we have to remember the structure first, and you have to segment it and combine the parts with condensation. That will do the job. Okay. Next we move on to methadone. We need to learn the synthesis of methadone also. So let us see the structure of methadone first. So this is the structure of methadone. So a central methane carbon attached with a phenyl ring, other side another phenyl ring, okay, and this side again propionate, and this side, if you see, the side chain is similar, arrangement is only different. This is very familiar for you by the now if you follow the lecture with the concentration. Fine. So let us see this synthesis. Diphenyl acetonitrile. So we are taking this part first. This part is taken, and CN is the leaving group here, and in place of CN we are attaching what? This side chain. Again CN, and it is getting attached here and this moiety, and we are adding sodamide, and condensation happens. Then we will get this intermediate where CS3 is here, but we need at second carbon of the side chain, but it is here in first carbon. By using suitable isomerization technique, this CS3 is moved here. Then we'll add Grignard agent, ethyl Grignard. Okay. Then by alkali hydrolysis with the sodium hydroxide, we'll get in place of this nitrile group, cyanide group, we will get a propionate ring attached, propionate side chain attached, and finally we will get methadone. So this is also simple as that of, it is similar like the fentanyl citrates synthesis. You have to remember the structure, divide it into parts and attach them with the help of condensation, and you will remember the reagents. Okay. Next we move on to propaxifene hydrochloride. Propaxifene, if you want to remember, you try to remember propane. 3 carbons, 1, 2, 3. Here also 1, 2, 3. Right? Propane, and the side chain is very familiar for you till now. Okay, and it has a ethyl bridge is having one phenyl group and one propionate, and this side one phenyl group. Okay. Then you have to remember here it is used along with paracetamol and aspirin. Pentazocine. I have discussed this structure when I was dealing with structure-activity relationship of morphines. Okay, pentazocine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons, so penta. Azo, nitrogen having heterocyclic ring, that means 6-membered piperidine ring is expanded into 8-membered ring, and there is another cyclic structure, that is cyclohexane, and it is fused with the benzene and that benzene is having hydroxyl group. So this is the structure of pentazocine. Okay, and we have to remember that it is a synthetic analgesic. It is not natural, it is synthetic. Then comes levorphenol tartrate. Levorphenol tartrate, if you observe, it is similar to morphine. If you observe, there is no ether bridge, no double bond, no hydroxyl group here. Okay, so that is the deficiency from morphine ring. If the morphine ring is modified like this by removing all those things, you will get levorphenol, that I have discussed earlier and I was explaining the structure activity relationships. And you have to remember that it is a potent analgesic. Okay, and it is similar to morphine. Then it is employed like other compounds for treatment of severe pain. With this we have completed narcotic analgesics. Now we need to see the narcotic antagonists. In case of narcotic analgesics taken in excess dose, there will be severe side effects. There could be a CNS depression, respiratory depression, coma, and it would lead to the death. In such cases, you need to use narcotic antagonists. So we have three such narcotic antagonists. One is nalorphine, the other one is naloxone, levolorphan. Okay, levolorphan, we saw its structure. Okay. So as I told you in the beginning itself, the structure of antagonists will be very different. It's just changing the side chain attached to the nitrogen. Nitrogen attachment, if it is changed to allyl group, it will turn the morphine into antagonist. Morphine kind of drugs can be changed into its antagonistic agents by just changing the side chain, the substituent on nitrogen. Okay, this is here allyl group. Fine. So it is mainly used to reverse the narcotic, that means morphine overdosed respiratory depression. Okay. Then levolorphan tartrate. Here again the same allyl side chain. If you see the difference between the earlier structure and this one. Earlier structure was nalorphine hydrochloride. The difference is that here there is no double bond, but here double bond is there. There is no hydroxyl group here, but here hydroxyl group is there. But the side chain, this substituent on nitrogen is same for both the compounds. Fine. And it is pharmacologically related to morphine. It is obvious because the structure of this agent is similar to morphine, so pharmacologically it is related to morphine. Then comes the last drug is naloxone hydrochloride. If you see the structure of naloxone hydrochloride, it is also similar to the earlier structures because the morphine skeleton is as such basic one, and this allyl substituent on nitrogen is same, and here double bond O is there instead of OH in nalorphine, but there is no OH in levolorphan, but here it is double bond O. And if you see another change, there is no double bond like levolorphan, unlike nalorphine. So that is the structural difference between among these three structures. You have to remember them, practice them. And it is specific. It is specific narcotic antagonist, possess no morphine-like properties. It has been found to reverse narcotic analgesic. These drugs are usually used in the opioid poisoning. Okay, so there are different types of opioid receptors, mu, kappa, delta. You need to learn them in your pharmacology course. With this, we are done with the topic called opioid narcotic analgesics, and in continuation we will start with the anti-inflammatory agents which are non-opioids, not morphine related. So we need to see them separately.